Hello everyone, welcome back to Kingdom Alignment. My name is Sherelle, for those of you who are new. Thank you all for subscribing, for liking, for sharing. It means a lot to me. Today we are doing something new and God is doing something new in me, and I'm excited to start a new series on financial literacy. Yes, which God has entrusted me to teach on this platform. So remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, because I want you to know that today's teaching isn't about Bible study. Instead, it's about real practical ways to handle money, create good habits, and to see results in your life today, not later, right now. So what's the purpose of these teachings? The purpose of these teachings is to help you, right? It's to first identify why money habits may not be working in your life. Number two is to learn how changing your mindset can lead to better money management and results. Number three, build practical life-changing skills that honor God. And lastly, number four, inspire you to take control to create financial sustainability. Let's go through with these together. So, number one, identify why your money habits may not be working. For example, maybe you notice your money disappears before you even know where it went, right? We've all been there. Bills get paid, but somehow there's still a pile of little purchases, subscriptions, snacks, things you didn't need, but you wanted. Or you keep saying, I'll start saving next week, and next week comes and it goes. Now listen, the first step isn't about blaming yourself. Let's stop there. It's about noticing, really looking at your habits and saying, this is what's happening right now. Once you see it, once you acknowledge it, you can start making wise decisions and choices to actually move forward. Number two is learn how changing your mindset can lead to better money management decisions. When I started seeing money as a tool, not as a goal, things automatically changed in my life. I started planning, saving, investing, and making intentional choices instead of reacting. And that shift of thinking alone starts by producing different results in my life. And so you can do the same, but that begins in your mind, because as a man thinketh, so is he. The third thing is build practical life-changing skills that honor God. This isn't about creating small habits that actually make a difference. It could be tracking your spending each week, setting aside a little of savings, or planning your month around bills and priorities instead of leaving it to chance. These may seem like small steps, but over time they compound. And when you manage what God has given you responsibly, it's honoring Him while also giving you control over your life. The fourth thing is to inspire you to take control and create financial sustainability. Financial sustainability isn't about having everything perfect. It's about being in control, not stressed. It's knowing what's coming in and going out, really being prepared for the surprises ahead and feeling confident in your choices. It's not just surviving paycheck to paycheck. It's creating a system where your money works for you, not the other way around. And once you start, you'll notice the freedom and the peace that comes from being intentional with your resources. But remember, your main source is God. Now, the next step is transition. Transformation begins in your belief. Here's something important to understand. Transformation doesn't begin in your bank account. It begins in your belief. That means you could start a new job, get a higher salary, and still feel like you're struggling. Why? Because your belief system about money hasn't changed. If your mindset is the same, the way you think about spending, saving, and handling money, then any money that comes in can just go out easily. What you mismanage, you lose, right? So if you change the way you think, then you're going to change the way you utilize your money. Now, the core principle is that before God can trust you with increase, He must first correct your thinking. Because God can never upgrade your income until He upgrades your mindset, your habits, your spending, and the results you see all start where? In your mind. So you have to change your thinking first, and everything else begins to line up. Now, when it comes to my spending, that changed because my thinking changed. And this is the first step to real lasting financial transformation. And transformation is something that happens inwardly, not externally. If you want things to change regarding your finances, it must take place internally, because you cannot govern externally what you have not governed internally, right? You cannot manage what you have not organized, just like you cannot lead what you cannot control, right? So many people are frustrated because they live in clutter in their homes, clutter in their minds, clutter in their relationship, clutter in their time, and even clutter in their finances. So the question to you is, if you want to see a change in your circumstances regarding your finances, that change has to start within you first. If you've watched this video until the end, I'd like to say thank you for joining me today. If this teaching encouraged you, inspired you, or impacted you in any way, remember to leave a comment or share or like and subscribe, because someone who needs it will cherish it. And don't forget, your financial transformation begins in your mind. Stay tuned for the next video, where we'll talk about the difference between money and wealth and why understanding that is so important in your life. See you again, Sherelle. Bye.